Hey, what's up, everybody? I just Googled opioid crisis. I wanted to see some of the latest news on the opioid crisis facing the United States. I'm not sure how it is uh, below the border. I'm not sure how it is above the border in Canada and how it is in the UK or Germany or Australia or whatever, but I know that there's a crisis in the United States. Um, I am a person who has cancer. I am a person who uses opiates. I'm a person who actually hates opiates. Currently, I'm wearing a fentanyl patch. Everybody knows, if you know anything about opiates, you know that fentanyl is highly sought on the streets of America to be mixed with heroin or heroin, however you want to pronounce that. Sometimes it's mixed in heroin in a form that is deadly. Many times it is deadly um, because it does something to the heroin. I guess it gives it an extra high that you normally wouldn't have with just straight up poo poo heroin. People can use heroin for years, and but I just anyway. Going back to the opiate crisis in the United States, I haven't read enough on it. I've seen some documentaries, videos, watched a lot of videos on YouTube of people talking about it and things like that. And I have some experience with this because just 2 nights ago, I was in the hospital because I could not breathe. No, I was having a very hard time breathing. Some people that do a little bit too much of an opiate, like morphine, could stop breathing in their sleep and die. I was having withdrawal symptoms because of my prescription, and also severe withdrawal symptoms I was having. Not enough to make me jump out of the window, but I was pretty much, it seemed very comforting though, the thought of doing that. And I had to call a relative to talk with her. She was crying on the phone and begged me to go to the hospital. And I had to call emergency services. By the time they came, I was sitting by the elevator, not hardly able to breathe at all. Had to be put on oxygen and rushed to the hospital. I'm doing what I'm doing to take care of myself, but I wish that I can take every pill that I have, stomp it in the ground, and let it just go and decompose there, and take every opiate there is out of society, because we need to find another way to kill the pain of cancer and some other uh, we need to find a non-addictive form, I guess. I don't know if cannabis is it. Please allow that to be spread all over the country. If that's it, I'm going to have to try some cannabis. That reminds me, it's 9 o'clock. I gotta go and call someone about getting a new ID so that I can actually go and pick up some cannabis oil and see if that does some good for me, where I can wean myself off of the opiate that I'm taking. My body has become used to it. When I forget to take it, since I'm not quote unquote that full blown addict, I'm not obsessing about the drug, but I know when I need it because my body will tell me. I feel like I have the flu, runny nose, I'm itching, I'm going out of my mind. I act like an addict. Only when I forget, meaning that if I was a full blown addict, I'd be obsessing and trying to get that on the streets and everywhere else from everybody's mama. But I don't. And now I have to do what my aunt asked me to do, meaning that I have to get up. And even the doctors told me to do that. I have to get up every few hours and take it so that it's not out of my system, so I never have to go deal with the withdrawal symptoms. But they tell me we can't put you in a facility to get you off of this drug because you need it. And then you have another doctor who tell you, oh, you don't have these problems. But I'm constantly in the hospital because of it. One day I had to stay in there, 4 days because of it. Okay. You got some stupid doctors also. You got some doctors that I've learned that there are doctors, and believe me, people, I'm not going to lie to you here about something like this. It's killed too many people. I'm not going to joke with you about this. There are doctors out there that don't care about the opiate crisis, that don't care when a patient that they are caring for has a problem on that drug. There are doctors that ignore the withdrawal symptoms. There are doctors that couldn't care less about you wanting to try some alternative method to the opiate. Because you see, when they write a prescription, I think they get some kind of kickback or something. Something happens. It's like they get paid an extra $2 in a biscuit. I don't know what's going on here, people, but there are too many doctors out there that just don't care. How can we fight against an opiate crisis when the majority of doctors don't care? Hello? Hello? Are you listening? Hello? There are some that do. And the ones I think that did were the ones that gave me this form to say, get you some cannabis. You're going to qualify for this. Get some cannabis. And I also have a relative that's trying to get me something called Phoenix Tears. It's a cannabis resin that you can put on a cracker and eat it. Doesn't taste good, but from what I understand, it can shrink some tumors too. I understand, if I didn't before, what people who are addicts go through. I got a little taste of it. And let me tell you something. Whenever you're going through withdrawal symptoms and you do something that's not you, a crime, you commit a crime, believe me, people, you are not who you are. You're not the person. You are somebody else. You are some kind of demon. You're not that person. And I think that people that commit a heinous, horrible crime under the influence of a drug should not be locked down under a prison. Because once they're off of that or whatever, and also you can't lock somebody up in a jail, local jail, when they're going through withdrawals, because there's a possibility that person will die. It's happened before, and police departments have been sued. So don't do that. Don't make a person go through that. If they're sweating and they're dehydrating and they're going through their mind, going crazy, they're going to die. That person needs some methadone. They need something. They need medical care. All right, just thought I'd throw that in. Also, I'm going to throw in, doctors, stop ignoring your patients, okay? All righty then. But that's what I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. Maybe I'll talk about this again. I personally wish that I could wean myself off of it. But I'm feeling better knowing that now I'm going to have to just make sure that I set my alarm clock to get up every 4 hours to pop a pill. I don't want to do it. I have some really strong stuff in the kitchen there that I'm scared to take. It's another form of morphine that it's hard for me to breathe, and even the less stronger dose that I'm taking, it's hard for me to swallow sometimes. So only when I'm feeling really sick, I have to double up on it. Normally, I'm gonna have to take one every 4 hours, and then I'm good. Like I'm right now, there's no way I could have done this last night. I woke up sitting on the couch with a blanket wrapped around me, a bottle of Gatorade, and I had no idea how I even ended up there. Because I think I was sitting there rocking. I rocked myself to sleep because I took an Ativan also to calm down. I had to go and pull that out of my box. Normally, I don't take the Ativan, and I'm going to have to start taking it now when I can't sleep, or when I feel those withdrawal symptoms coming on, and it's not time for another dose yet. So I take that to calm down and maybe go to sleep. And I think I did that. I just sat there wrapped up in my blanket, just rocking back and forth, looking like a person who was schizophrenic, really talking to myself, and woke up just like that this morning. No problems, just woke up and wondered how I got there. Whenever I get up in the morning, I have to actually use a cane, walking device to walk around, because I can't really walk that well when I first wake up. A couple of times I didn't make it to the bathroom. I finally took a bath last week after about a week. That's how bad it gets, people. That's how bad things get for me. And when I'm feeling good like I am today, I try to do some reading, do some things around the house. What I'm going to have to do today is start pulling things out of the closet, go back and forth to the dumpster, start throwing things away, maybe put some things up on Craigslist. People can come by and leave a couple of dollar donations for furniture, for things like that, a table, some chairs, whatever they need. And I'm not even asking for people to buy it. If they wanted to leave a $1 donation, that's $1 I could use to save for myself. It doesn't even matter how much it is, because I'm not trying to sell it. I'm just trying to get rid of it. And if a company wanted to come pick it up to go to some donation place. Hey, he can do that too, because that's how I'm going to post it on Craigslist. Anybody that wants to come by and just leave a donation or whatever, do that, because I'm just getting rid of it. Um, I even want to get rid of the computer that I'm on right now. I'll probably just take my hard drive out. They put another hard drive in and it's theirs. Or I may just wipe it out, just wipe out the hard drive and maybe take the computer and sell it for maybe $20. It's a nice, decent Dell computer. Just sell it for maybe 20, $25. And if I have a neighbor that wants it for 10, 15, hey, they could have it too. Somebody's grandma can get on the internet. But that's what's going on with me, everybody. I just wanted to say hello, and just to send a message out to people who are dealing with this. You're not alone. And if there's a doctor that's ignoring you, not listening to you, seek help somewhere else. I'm pissed off right now because the state of Louisiana is basically taking care away from people who need help, that have alcohol problems and drug problems, because that state has an F every year when it comes to health care. And that's where I'm going. So I'm going to see how things go in Louisiana. If not, I'm looking at 3 places: Texas, California, and maybe some other state. And things don't go well for me there. Medical is horrible in my home state, and it's like a third world country. If you need help, you might as well just lay down and die or leave. That's how bad things are in the state of Louisiana. I love you, Louisiana, but you need to do something about the health of the people there. There are places there they call Cancer Alley. All right? Cancer Alley. Seriously. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Gotta go.